Hi, can I help you? Yeah. I have an appointment. Here. Oh, who's it with? I don't know. Anybody? Okay. Do you have an insurance? No, I don't. Oh my. Dr. Bumrush will see you shortly. Please have a seat. Okay. Yeah. You gotta be kidding me. You can go on back now. Oh, okay. Hello. Are you Fetid Pooper? No, Fetid Bobo. Right. Well, I'm Dr. Bumrush. Pleasure to meet you, Fetid Shithole. And what may be your problem today? I just crashed, but I mean, my real problem is when I open my book, I got this page, and it's got all this information on it, but I don't fucking understand what it does. Like, it says I'm really sane, but I just keep getting fatter. I don't know why, and I'm not that strong, but I do a lot. I work out all the time. I'm chopping down so many trees, Dr. Bumrush. Yes, delusional. And I'm swimming and I'm running all the time. Very insane. Carry on, Fetid Shithole. If you could just tell me how this book works, that would be great. Well, I think the problem is not the book. It's just that you are too fat. And stupid. And you're insane. You know what? I really don't like this visit. Well, that's okay. You've already showed up. And you don't have insurance. So, I mean, Timmy's dead. Will you just pay us everything? Yes. We'll be sending a bill to your house. You know what? Fuck this place. I'm not insane. You're insane. Fuck you all. What are you doing, Fetid Shithole? Hey, no! Your Bumrush. Oh, this place sucks. Whoever built this is really shitty. But here, just take it. Right? Hey guys, the Fetid Bobo here, and let's get into the stats. This information comes from the developers, or at least a community manager who works with the developers on the Steam page, so it should be pretty accurate. Starting out with strength at the top right. What strength does is it's going to increase your weapon damage, and it's going to increase your fullness threshold. Now how weapon damage works is weapon damage equals strength divided by 140 turned into a percent. So, if you had 20 strength, you get 14% bonus weapon damage. 70 strength is 50% bonus damage. What this could mean in the long run is your high weapon damage weapons will have a better return later in the game, as long as you're increasing the strength stat. Because, you know, if you had 50% bonus of 100 versus 50% of 25, clearly you're going to get a lot more from the 100. This might not make Katana a useless weapon, but it could make something like the really massive skull club, which is really high damage but is super fucking slow. That might become a really good weapon if you could like one hit stuff, throw a bunch of teeth on it and you have high strength and just knock out everything in one hit. With your fullness threshold, when it takes longer to get overeating points, this is going to mean that it's harder to get fat. I'll go over overeating points in the food section, but just basically the stronger you are, the harder it is going to get fat when you're eating meat, which is awesome. Now how the formula works is, I'm going to put all of it up on screen, what they said, but I'll try to explain it my own way. Pause the video if you want to read theirs. So, when you start the game, right away a 24-hour clock is going to begin. This 24-hour clock is going to count how many trees you've cut down. As you cut down trees, however, that amount of trees will go down over time. So if you start the game at 10 a.m., 24 hours next 10 a.m., you cut down 5 trees at the very beginning, and you get around to, the next day. The game is going to see you having cut down 0 trees, basically. because the amount of trees going down per second is, they say, 0.0035, which they say roughly equals 9 trees cut down per day. Now, to increase your strength, you're going to have good nutrition points, not be having any under-eating points, or at least your good nutrition over your under-eating. This basically means you're well-fed. If you're well-fed and you've cut down at least 5 trees, you're going to have a stat increase. Again, keep in mind though, 24-hour clock starting from whenever you start the game, whenever that is. Cut down tree count going down over time. So if you want to have more than 5 trees cut down by the time that you hit the 24-hour clock marker, make sure that you've actually cut them down near the end, or at least cut down some near that end point of time. As you cycle around to the next day, you're going to want to make sure that number is boosted up, because if you're at 4.95, that's going to suck. Now, you can lose strength if you have more under-eating points and good nutrition points, and your cut down is above 10. What this just means is you've been hungry for the most part of the day, and you cut down a bunch of trees. So overexerted and hungry. Basically, stay well fed, and make sure that the trees you cut down is going to be close to that cycle point, so you get the stat needed. If you check your book, you can see the up arrow. That's going to give you a hint that you're going to go up in your stat. And if you don't have the up arrow, then you're not going to go anywhere. If you're less than 5 trees cut down at that time of the day, strength doesn't change at all. So you could be starving all day and you didn't cut down any trees, your strength's not going to go down. Now, how athleticism works is it increases the efficiency of your sprinting and the duration that you can be underwater without a rebreather. Now, I'm very specific with the efficiency because it doesn't increase your max stamina. What this means is it doesn't increase your battle capabilities, besides not using as much of your stamina for sprinting, which could be helpful in battle, but it doesn't mean you can swing your axe more. So you could be underwater twice as long without a rebreather with 10 athleticism. Now, how you increase that is a cumulated 1.6 hours spent sprinting will give you an additional athleticism. A little bit more friendly because that number's not going down, and you're not fighting some weird clock. But that's 1.6 hours of real-time sprinting. So sprint wherever you go if you're not, needing that energy for something else, because it's going to take a while. Now, if you're underwater, it's 25 minutes spent diving without a rebreather. Without a rebreather, it'll give you 1 point. If you're going to grind, you might want to do the underwater thing instead. I don't like grinding, but that would be the better way to go. Now, they also said it intended to yield additional bonuses up to 30 to 50 hour games. So, I'm not sure what the heck that means. Like, you just automatically get more athleticism for having a long game? But they marked it in there, so I read it. Now, before we go to the food section, there are 2 elements that can affect these stats, besides just yourself. Blood infection is going to lower your strength by 10%. Having a lower strength means you're going to have lower bonus damage. How you get blood infected is by hitting a dead body, 25% chance, or when you are hit while bloody, 25% chance. You can wash yourself off easily in the rain or just submerging yourself in any type of water. Food poisoning. You'll get this by eating spoiled meat, 20% chance, or spoiled food in general, sorry, and 100% chance when you get hit by a poison arrow. So you could really troll your friends, I guess. Now, it lowers your fullness, thirst, health, and energy gained from food by 10%. It's going to make that a lot harder of a battle. And I imagine while it lowering what you get, it probably doesn't change your overeating points. You might even be able to get fat while food poisons or really screw you over. Now let's go into the weight. Almost done. Overweight lowers your athleticism up to a 60% reduction at max weight. Max weight is 305 pounds, if I believe correctly. I think so. Keep in mind that this is to your athleticism stat. Your athleticism stat has very little to do with your max stamina and all that fun stuff. So it won't change your battle effectiveness, minus the fact that you can't really run anymore. Now, the formula is based on a number of variables: under eating, overeating, good nutrition, bad nutrition. It's like a song. So eating meat more or less in schedule, it says, about 2.2 times per day, gives 1 good nutrition point, minus a half of overeating, and minus 1 undereating point. Eating meat while above a fullness threshold of 50% to 75% gives 1 overeating point, and minus a half to undereating points. Eating a chocolate bar and soda gives 1 overeating point, and minus a half to undereating points, regardless of current fullness. Now let's go over that and see what that means. What this says is eating in schedule is really good for you. They might even have a variable that's checking if you're eating on schedule. So try to create a schedule for yourself of when you're eating, how full you are. Also, it says when you're currently 50 to 75% full, you look at that bottom right to see how full you are. That's going to give you 1 overeating point. So you probably want to eat when you're a little bit, you're actually approaching your hunger. You're not eating when you're basically not hungry. It's 75% if you're like real life, you're not hungry at all, you don't need food. So aim for that point when you're starting to dip below the 50% marker. Also, with candy bars and soda, regardless of where you are in your hunger level, you will always gain overeating points. This makes them very, very, very bad for maintaining a weight. In fact, unless you have to, don't eat them ever again. The game is going to punish you really severely for that. Your good nutrition points go down to 0 over time. Your overeating points go down to 0 over time. Good nutrition is coming from eating those meats again, so really important, and fish is included in that. But really important to eat those meats, because the meats are going to give you the points you need to help manage your weight. And also, it's going to, work with some other stat. For the bad nutrition points, it's overeating plus undereating. When good nutrition is below your bad nutrition, your weight will change continuously at a slow rate. So, if you are really large right now and you want to get to a better size, first, undereating points go up while your fullness is below 50%. So don't eat anything until your fullness is at least below 50%. In general, just a general thing. Be careful not to eat above that marker. Now, of course, you could have berries and stuff like that to help top you off a little bit. Don't go all the way up, of course. Topping off is really bad in this game. But if you wanted to boost it up a little bit, you could have berries or some small snack like that. But if you're wanting to lose weight, you'd actually wait a little bit longer. So you're getting below the 50%, waiting till, not until it's like killing you, but until you're quite a bit lower, and you're stacking up those undereating points. And you're going to eat though, so you're not going to get any overeating, so don't stuff yourself. Whereas if you dip below constantly without ever going too high, you're going to lose weight because you're going to starve yourself and barely fill yourself up. Well, hopefully that helped out, and if you have any questions, definitely let me down. Let me know, not let me down. Don't let me down. Let me know down below, and I will try to help out as I normally can. And don't forget, like, if you use Twitter and you want to know what I'm up to or whatever, you can do that. I think it's an easy way to contact. I'll try to be a little bit more talkative on there. And yeah, thank you for watching the video. Hope to see everybody in the next one.